In the silence, hush, tranquility of my contemplations, climate, globe diminution over the mirror murmur, thoughts, often wonder for the illusion or the illustration of the figure for the antiquity, for the myth, essence, lavish and that for the vision, matter for the perpetual, for the discourse, distance, mistakenly for the sovereign over your domain of replenish, riches of your ebony for the source of this embodiment. Contemplating over the fortitude, for this to be the attitude, for the naturally, this to be crafted enough for the tale, for the challenge of every existence, for this to be the essence of the perceived as reality. Comparison over these entities are never divided by the chasm over yourself, for the eloquently infinite articulation, enduring, for the authenticity, for the authority, or for the moral matter, over the diversity, for the fabric and never defining existence, for this to be the instance, way to strand the white dominance over the tone of black perseverance, so this to find the borders of the eternity, casting hierarchy, or rather that for the unity, the structure, despite defining the deceptive reality for the matrix. And never-ending spiral of self-doubt, questioning of the value for the position of time, for the nature, for this moment of reflection, that I can find the courage to confront that. The essence of the soul for the conducted by myself, and the quarters to never define the true nature, for this to be the merely being enough, for this to be a chess piece, grand scheme, seeking validation for those who understand it, for they're not the core. Not for the adoration, for the esteem, for the request, this respect, for the yearning, over the pursuit, for the soul, the for the stillness, system, over the unsurround. It is during the instance for the introspection, for the that, for the comprehending of the path and enlightenment, and equity, for the not solely eternity, for the external over the non-internal as well. Battles that wage for not the only against that profitable, palatable for the fortifications. Subjugate, over the sun and barricade, and name the now for this perception of the self-worth that is derived for the unwanted over the behave, construct within. You're battling what's within. The aftermath of that for who you trust. This turn to for the hope is lost. So this define the think you do for the claim. Make up to die for the wrath of the unleashed. You find abuse of the continuation of what consumes you. The morning revelation for the dear continue. Trap for the hopeless in this. The weight of silence and the suffocating of the betrayal of another. Barely understand the harm for so perfectly confused that this feeling and encouragement for the poison of love is killing me. Subjective for this position, for the grains of time, for the inevitably, for the temperature, for the be jagged enough, for the painful edges, just for the exclusive for the experience. And even more for the potent memories that ultimately erasing over your traces over the former instances, for the like of the accumulating over the snowdrift, the barricade, for the burying over the prior beliefs, and this estimation over yourself, for the living over the reconciliation, over the remaining of the past and perseverance, you find relentless enough to be the illusion. Consistent enough of the present upheld, unspoken the whole cool, this is consensual enough for the conforming of the reality in the soul, for the affirmation over what you find a sense of the permanent for the perspective and enough of the being founded. And disposition and subjected to supposition, this is what you remind me of, misty rain for the humid day for the gentle wind breeze, this is mine feel of deception. And evidence of what you brought that this would be temporary for the give and take, this may every thought, wish, desire, the grief with yours, this burn with mutual fire. Bloody secrets of the struggling over the way for the decision over what you wait for, the patience enough to shut up and you can tell them opinions and right to feel them. Simply what's needed for the who is that? Who is she? Is she real? It's the real question ever to find a duality for the evolution of a queen, for the to find a woman, or the part of this for the obscure enough for the loaning of a memory for this asphalt for the broken never highway for the leading of what you drive me crazy. The unraveling of the truth of whom come this during. The starting point of what you find a naked tree or breeze to breathe through, for this is time to find the shadows of the betrayal over the frequent enough to be taken enough of the transparent to see through. Your pain taken away for the eloquent enough of the convey. This is not the aftermath of loving. You can find that Sunday drive. Tortured, still stay alive. Conflicted with the people for the blind, rage, sadness, and for tyrannical survive. But this is a world through the madness enough to feel and see. I see it still for the ashes of the cause of the closest sight of dissipationly wait. In essence of uniqueness of the part of something beautiful, this to be the not the pity party of which you would tend to. And I hope that this disclosing satisfying tomorrow recognition that sometimes when we can do this will be the here and now. Letting go. Not by desire, sometimes can be the hardest of choice, but releasing you from the dawn. Swirling your thoughts and twisting and burning and flaming over yourself in this nutrition. The way to feed your thought, feed your mind. tranquility over my contemplations, clamor, globe diminution over the mirror and murmur, thoughts, often wonder for the illusion or the illustration of the figure, for the antiquity, for the myth, essence, lavish and that for the vision, matter for the perpetual, for the discourse, distance, mistakenly for the sovereign over your domain and replenish, riches of your beneath the word, the source of this embodied. Contemplating over the fortitude, for this to be the attitude, for the naturally, this to be crafted enough for the tale, for the challenge your every existence, for this to be the essence of the perceived as reality. And all them victims have past approached, plucked off all for the fruit, for this to burn me, and you not see the beauty of the leaves, of the strengthening in the limbs. The thickness in the gnarled bark, this I've grown after years, for this encounter, for the many, for the protecting myself, for this famine to the lash of the tone. You come to me wary of the surge beneath this, to find the thoughts of this bought, to the shelter yourself for the sun, for that you can eat the fruit. To serve you hunger belly for the unaware, for the liquid that goes, for the arm offering you only take the time for to really see. See my deepest self and my worth, value, depth of the roots, to the nourishing and water me with love, for this the warmth of your life, for this the world, and to myself for the beauty and the wonder of the delight. You have mistaken me for a tree. It gives you until it's merely just a stump, and not me. I can smell the smoke kindling for the how many times you find expect me to stretch my arms and only to be met with the fire that I can say. Think it came to the light, to the sun catcher, to hang in the broken window, for the long forgotten room, for this to be the mother from the once thought. Our light in this world for the moving to this could not fix it, the brokenness of the between that, for the just find a draw on a fist in the age and not decide, for it was good enough for this to be the lookout for. Put the bottle down, but you can find enough of the pipe that you can find, and there's enough to become for this unworthy of being hurt, unworthy of the emotions, and unworthy of the love. This is fine. Whenever it was said to you, for this not making you mad over what you hit. Fine. How to outlive and outlive. There's always hope for the future, for the truth, this tomorrow, for the know for sure, for this could be home to yourself, and this is life where we take. Usher in the season for the distinction we really carry. Through the life, for the whirlwind, for the sacrifice, for the satisfied, but enough of the fertility for the soil we live in. The land. And the habits may create the outcome, but the power will the polarity for the deter us all, for the inevitability, for the leading us to the pivot. In the end, in the endurance, and it will find the gift of the promised land. And you come home to yourself, for the ancestors are here watching you for the eye. I find no remnant for the bird, for the use to screech as I find a rose of the slumber. No constant memory for the uncanny life, for this need to the burden my sacrifice to the sacredness. No existence for the butterflies, for the stomach for the bathing in love. No time wasted for the escape of the reality while you chase this reality still, for no control for the handwriting of the story, for the us striving for. And should I die, silence for the self-awareness or out for this journey anymore, if you were affected by not, right? And only one that's bad is not written yet had. Where did you go for been a while, for you can find and leave again, for this is remembered then, and tied up between what is said and not what is meant, not said, and if not said, then most love is lost. And it's all in between what looking for the relationship in the book both are. This is half written in quite a while, for this the half written and for the half disposed. And you left the handprint over the what you missed, the stain for the giving a chance that you could never know the name, and left in the distance, the memory, loud, imagine, what, would, colors, wonder, this, true, accept, techniques of art, you hide, displayed, in hands, unsuspect, this is fan, for this to come to go, for the contacting over the truth, for the below, for this the eyes of death, for the never truly know, that you can find it just how far you are, for the really, really go, just to find where the colors can go, for the depths of this will really flow. And the heartache impair from what the war inevitable from the sin, for you can always paint the wager of a chance, so this will be the sea. Or some may see the colors of the canvas and the begging to be free. spirit, appearance, stretch, creation, and get right, tip, top, shape, fine, move, spawn, suit. Both of the things that about this bring for weaving into the poem you say. And I'm expressing the words. And the inkstand hands, of course, accounting over the sinking of the sand for the land, for the matters and over the watching of the passing, the pausing down for this watching, frown, granting you to begin. Never to know for what you gave me, for this is the redemption, for the infraction, for the giving of, for the argument, for the misunderstanding, for the remember the fights, for the love, for the laughter, for the want. And every tender moment, for every vulnerability, too, you can find that still happen despite all of this. This is sleep. Thoughts rolled around in my mind, goes beating. Never to find a little time around for the cold tears, for electricity, for the chemicals, and emotions, for the deep red echoes of your thoughts and your ears, and over the cool wave for the crew, for the ever breeze. It flows through the narrow windows. And I find the moving of the weather for the place that I create, for this warming of the earth, for the mechanical roll of rock, find music to swept over me, for this chasing to the deep meaning you felt. They went past, scrolling on the hills of the highway, for the turning and twisting over the miles, enough to pay for more than you can find a way for this okay, for the number of the coins to be straight. It's a time for the losing of what you be loving to, for the innocent, the crime, for the repercussions, for the invisible, for the naked eye, for this is the ocean floating all around. The timid and never to drive, and the ghostly sea, the spectrals and over the harbors, and they're happy. As really leaving for the batteries, you over the empty boats, and listen, find a sea, one bad captain. This is the plunder. This is the moon, stars, and sunny blue skies, and the distance between where cold man rides. I find what you cry for, prodigy for the Lord, the shepherd, and whom should I fear? Makes me lie down and repatching for the bringing over the calibration when I get overwhelmed and the main felt like a cause of disaster for the friends and closest around me for the keeping me down. There's still the hope for the down, for the note, for the pound, for the Lord who gave me the strength for the stupid sound. And it's hard enough and I'm weak sometimes. You see me when I fall to knees. Try the best and not to find the burden of others who see. Comforting for the sea, for the clear, the clear. Circumstances are meaning for the people who be deep. It's about the gate for this to keep. And I need, I look for this because I found for the one thing for this runner and to be inbound. For this when I'm busy enough to feel. For about to hit the ground, for to be profound and never the worst. And I write them down. For this to be the time for the work through. This is the time. It shouldn't be around. For this to be on the ground. For the kingdom coming. And yes, it will be done. Now I can't got bound. Now I did it for the prodigy, for the never to know, for the make me sound. Not to swear at all for the past life. I'd exhausted for the battle for the insider that came in. Burning bridges and this is enough for the surrounded by the pity for the innocent game for the keeping my brain still. The lake breeze freeze this secret to tell you for to lay down your hand and listen for this with your friend. Roll up your sleeves, butterflies and love and darling for this be the light and flight. Your stomach for the spark in the sight for this the first one moving. The wayside for the running and the wayside the tripping over the marine. I can find a hazy days in the summer for the creeping in for the summer for so long time for the porch of the memories. Spinning for the wishbone for the maneuvering over what you pick the teeth for the chewing the brother about to leave. Never made for that. The nation for the no God. Split that, try to end up for the split you two for the insufficient for the method of the part of you. The iris that you are, that upright petals in the sun, you over outlook for the tourist and sunlight. You never dare to capture the separate from what you are the perfect angels you were from the child for the speak. Worth the die for the simple way. A piece of the hand of the die for every day. It's finding every youth and every less selfish. Find so many elements in this curly coincidental in the liberation for the applying. Play for this round locking the shackles and dropping down the day for the psychological arrest of it beyond the way. And the man to pay for the the nasty of the stream for this traveling and the breaking of the cycle of this burning the portrait. Confronted for the past, never find justice for the pain and the suffering of your pain. I see. I'm full fronting the past. Checking out the way that Christ might have heard it before for the infinite, for the honorable, gloriously good, so nothing but nice. The writing, with the discipline, the number, the richness, and the vigor of out. Home is filled with love. The heart is in tune. It's changed my mind time towards that. For the 2 aids that I find the tenderness and the willingness to be reluctant in. The glimpse of the immensity for this to be tickling over the virgin for the lack and the lust of the belief for this what I felt to open the ears to this to find the hearing of what you're singing over the undercurrent for the infusing with the life of the sound that beating over the heartbeat for the each breath I hope you know. I can't say for damsel in distress for this love to the stress of sensitivity for the stir for the activity over the creativity for the what you find in news and this contact to this being animosity for the combination of this expertise. And I can hear it like the echo for the person like a dagger for so much you came to come to me. Soon, she all shadows and deep also. Springfield weaving into the poem you say. I expressing the word. Stand hands of course account over the sinking of the sand for the land for the now. The matters enough for the watching of the passing the pause and down for the watching, frown, granting, you can. Never to know for what you gave me, for this is the redemption, for the infraction, for the giving her, for the argument, for the misunderstanding, for remember the fights, for the love, for the laughter, for the moment. Every tender moment, for every vulnerability. You can find that still happens despite all of this. This is sleep. The thoughts twirled around my mind, goes beat. Never to find a little time around for the cold tears and electricity, for the chemicals and emotions, for the deep red echoes of your thoughts and years. Over the cool wind for the crew.